Alright, so I know what you all are thinking. This is another $400 build guide and the Toasty Bros are using an APU again. Well, you're wrong. Today we have a $400 all new parts gaming PC that features a dedicated graphics card that you can buy on Amazon today and features a 6-core 12-threaded processor and a somewhat decent upgrade path. Are there compromises? Oh yeah, definitely some compromises, but this PC works and it can play the latest titles at 1080p without any problems. How is this possible? And should you copy these specs? Well, we're about to find out in today's video, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
Are you looking for a powerful gaming keyboard and mouse that'll give you an edge in your favorite games? Meet the Red Magic Mechanical Keyboard and Red Magic Gaming Mouse. Experience lightning fast response times with the Red Magic Mechanical Keyboard, featuring the TTC Speed Silver version 2 switches. The Red Magic Mechanical Keyboard's gasket structure is designed to deliver a soft and elastic pressing experience, while also eliminating noise. The result is a keyboard that provides a consistent and comfortable key press every time. With its interactive display, the Red Magic Mechanical Keyboard also takes customization to a whole new level. The Red Magic Gaming Mouse is equally impressive, with the original 3395 sensor, 26,000 DPI, and 650 IPS, you'll have precision control over every moment. The GM 8.0 Black Mamba micro switch provides millisecond level precise trigger, and the Magic Cloud Smart Control macro programming app lets you adjust the product parameters to your liking. This mouse is perfect for gamers on the go. And the RGB backlit effect and long battery life, you can game for hours on end. Don't settle for less when it comes to your gaming gear. Choose the Red Magic Mechanical Keyboard and Gaming Mouse for the ultimate gaming experience. Use our link down below to check them out today, and big thanks to Red Magic for sponsoring today's video.
Alright guys, so now we're going to talk about this freaky build and the freaky parts we got for it that are actually pretty good and kind of hidden gems. So we have the AMD Ryzen 5 4500, which is a 6-core 12-thread. It's a little bit weird just because you can still buy these new. They come with the stock cooler, they're very power efficient, but there is processors in the market like the 5500. However, this one is very cheap, so that's the main reason we went for it. This is kind of like a compromises made kind of build, but it'll still run really well. Speaking of compromises, we have an A520M S2H. Now, don't freak out too much. Going with an A520 is not going to lose your performance unless you plan on hard overclocking. You're still going to get the RAM slots you need. You're still going to get all the bandwidth you need with everything. You're just not going to get crazy overclock support, and it's not going to be the prettiest looking board. It's probably only going to have 2 RAM slots, and I'm curious if, yeah, 2 RAM slots. It only has one 8-pin for the power, so you're not going to want to put like a Ryzen, like a high-end Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 in this. Not saying that you couldn't upgrade to them in the future though.
And we've had some issues with like USB issues with the A520s. If you run a lot of USB devices, it can cause some problems. So bare bones entry level right there.
Now for the RAM, we got some cheap RAM, and this is actually decent stuff because it does have heat sinks, but this is Silicon Power 16 gig 3200 megahertz, and it is dual channel. It'll be more than enough for this. It's DDR5, but as you can see, it's like borderline low profile, and it basically just has these 2 tiny little aluminum heat sinks on it. But yeah, I mean, this stuff's like nearing $30 a kit, which is just insane.
Don't you love that even the cheapest build has to have 16 gigs now? It's just that cheap.
Now this is pretty normal for us. This is just a TeamGroup MP33 512 gig PCIe Gen 3. You could go Gen 4, but once again, we're trying to save the absolute most amount of money, and this board really doesn't even support Gen 4 well anyways, so it'd just be a waste of money. These things, once again, nearing like under $30, so it's just a no-brainer to go NVMe. Why even go SATA anymore?
Now you may see a lot of build guides on the internet for $400 PCs and they feature APUs. Not in this one. This is the 51 RISC RX 580 2048 stream processor. I'll be honest, we made so many videos on these cards and they're just 580s, but a little bit slower. 2048 stream processors makes it more like a 570 8 gig. If you haven't seen any of our benchmark videos on this card, definitely take a look at them. But this one from 51 RISC, a company that we've seen a lot, it's a pretty solid looking card. They have a bunch of different brands out there that make these cards, but this one for under $100, I think it actually, let me check the price. Let me check the price. It's all over the place. I take it all back. On Amazon, it's about $115, but you can buy these on AliExpress for even cheaper if you want to be patient and wait for them to show up for like 70 to 80 bucks. But since we're trying to go all new parts with Prime shipping on Amazon, this was our best option, and I think it's compared very well with the 4500. Now this right here is our power supply of choice. This is the Enermax Cyberbron 500 watt. It's not an amazing power supply. It's not the best rated power supply, but it will get the job done. This isn't a very high power system for anything, so you really don't have to worry about it too much. And yeah, it's very affordable on Amazon right now with Prime shipping. If you want to step up a little bit more, you can, but again, we're talking about a $400 budget here, guys. There's gonna have to be compromises here, and we know that. Spend more money, get better performance, but in today's video, we tried to stick to it as cheap as possible. Now this right here is what made this build so cheap. This is the Bgears b-Vigor RGB BK case from Bgears, a company that we've seen in a lot of very cheap pre-builds, and I see why now, because this case with RGB lighting was a grand total of $30 on Amazon. $30 is incredibly cheap, but it does come with compromises because it has RGB up front. Do not believe it comes with any sort of fan, which is not good for airflow, obviously. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is open this thing up and see what it looks like. But we will be adding a couple of plain fans that we have in shop. Obviously, you at home probably won't have that. So you can get a cheap RGB fan pack and maybe spend like $420, or just take your side panel off because we're on a budget. But we'll go ahead and open this thing up, get shocked. Ah!
Oh.
I'm really interested to see. This is like the cheap of the cheap, like foam and everything. So don't try to ship your PC in just this because it's not the most durable in the world. But we got this up front. Yeah, look at that, it's shiny. Bgears, RGB, very nice plastic, woohoo. And as I mentioned, no fans.
No power supply basement.
No basement, no fans. This thing is the cheap of the cheap. Obviously, you could spend more money. You could spend about the same money too to get one without a side panel, but I want to show off some of our stuff, even though we probably shouldn't. Some of these components aren't the prettiest, but we decided to go the route of getting some RGB for a $400 build, and it comes with a graphics card. I'm excited to see how it performs, and I bet you'll be surprised with the performance. Let's build it. All right, guys, we are starting this $400 all new parts PC benchmarking run off in full screen borderless, but we're gonna run with it because the performance looks okay. Balance preset 1080p, and yeah, it's looking pretty solid, 100 FPS. This is a $400 all new parts PC. But yeah, I mean, obviously this is kind of a goofy challenge to spend only $400 right now with a graphics card, but the performance is pretty good. The only parts that are really not super recommended, I guess, would be the case. Everything else is okay. Getting a better motherboard will give you a better upgrade path, not going A520, but A520s are still solid boards, so it's not like we're getting like an absolute like throwaway kind of motherboard to make this build possible, but yeah, it's performing pretty well.
Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're a loser.
Oh, what?
That... Oh. Loser.
I guess right here. Oh.
Oh, that could have been so bad.
Oh.
What is that?
It hit markered.
Wow.
What? Hey, let's go. All right, well, $400 PC. Runs great. 60 plus FPS, medium settings, 1080p. That 580 is working really well at the 4500. Running a little warm, but you know what? It's a really cheap graphics card. It's more than adequate. We're gonna go ahead and switch to Apex Legends if it'll let us play Apex Legends, and then talk more about this PC and really stress it to its limits with some other games.
All right, guys, we're playing Apex Legends. And as you can see, we got the FOV all the way up 1080p, and we're on pretty much all high settings. And there we go. Yeah, we're playing a very hectic mode. This is Control. I feel like this is about as busy as it gets because it's like big team battle basically, and it's like half of the normal map. So 90 FPS though, millisecond response, not terrible, not amazing.
Not too bad.
I can deal with it.
We're basically being held back by the 580, and that's all you can really ask for is a pretty balanced system overall, and the GPU being the bottleneck. Get him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My aim is just atrocious. Trying to get these assist up, you know what I'm saying? I honestly don't even get like how I aim the way I do.
Oh, there's a good one.
Oh, they're trying to come back and claim the throne.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God.
Oh, I missed so many shots.
Yeah, get out of here. Oh, he's chasing him. He's like, you ain't coming back in here, boy. No scope, no scope.
Yeah. If it's a no scope you want, it's a no scope you're not gonna get. Instant points.
Oh. But you're the champion.
Light work.
The dead champion. Hey, you know what? $400 PC, not too shabby. Obviously, you're making some trade-offs with some of the parts you're picking, but the performance is definitely there. Let's go ahead and test this thing in some other games, and then we'll just wrap this video up real quick.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking our $400 gaming PC, and if I do say so myself, I think it went pretty well, especially since we used all brand new parts. Now, obviously, if you're willing to do some eBay hunting or Facebook Marketplace, for just a little bit more, you could probably have a system that performs almost twice as good as this, but this is all new parts with warranties.
Yeah, and obviously we had to make some compromises to fit the budget. This case is not amazing, but you know what? It does the job. And if you're somebody out there who looks at $300, $400 budget build guides and sees, well, people like us doing Optiplex builds, and you're like, well, I want a custom build computer, this is probably your best option. So if you want to do some deal hunting yourself and put together a PC like this, check the links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links. They will help us out. I will mention just spend like $30 more. You can get a better case and throw all the rest of the components from this video, and you'll have no problems getting a gaming PC for about $430, $440 that can play the way it did in today's video.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
This PC right here will be available at PCBros.tech, and it's gonna be pretty freaking cheap with a 1-year warranty. It's already put together, benchmarked, and it has Windows on it ready to go.
PCBros.tech, we sell gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and so much more, especially merch. Use code ToastyBros2 on checkout. You'll save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Peace out.